Hey everybody, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Scott Huntsman at my Tunex shop in South Jordan. This is what's new this week. What is new is this 2018 beautiful Toyota Tacoma pickup. This happens to belong to my brother. I'm glad he picked this up, but I'm gonna help him out with this today. With the great product that I'm gonna review today from ReadyLift, we're going to lift it so he gets some better ground clearance. After he's done driving on the highway and goes off-road, that extra ground clearance is going to help him get to the places he wants to go explore. Let's get this inside. Let's take a look at the parts that we're going to use today. Come on, let's get going with this. This ReadyLift is going to be a spacer lift. It's going to space the front springs of the struts down, which lifts the vehicle up. That's what these are for. For the rear, because it's a leaf spring suspension, it's going to be a suspension block that's going to go between the leaf spring and the axle housing. Also, these wheel spacers, we're going to install these on all four wheels. When we put these spacers on, we bring that track width back out. In fact, we even exceed what it was. That makes it safer, that makes it drive down the road better, and it's going to handle better off-road. All right, guys, so we're gonna start out with this. I'm gonna take a little baseline measurement. I'm about 34.5 inches to the fender, and on the rear, I'm 35.25. Now, this is a baseline so that we know what to expect when we're done. All right, guys, so we're thick into it now, and we're doing all the hard mechanical stuff on the front of this. Part of that process was to lower this differential. The reason we lower the differential is when we raise the vehicle, we get too much of an angle on these axle shafts. So lowering the differential front slightly compensates for that. And that's the reason for these spacers right here. Now, I've got the strut in my hand. To get that out, we had to unbolt the lower control arm, the sway bar assembly. That's where this spacer comes in place. Going to fit right on there. We bolt it down, torque those. These are now the new mounts. We flip it around and on in it goes. In case we're at the back of the vehicle, we move the truck over to a twin post hoist. By doing that, what we've done is lowered enough to install the block. That block has a taper to it. What that does is that corrects the pinion angle of the rear axle for the drive shaft. So we lift it, but we retain the pinion angles already built into that. Also, this shock absorber, they gave us an extension to the stud. We just use a little hose clamp that's gonna retain that boot for us. We're gonna put it in, we're ready to get this thing on the ground, get it to alignment. All right, guys, last step, we're on the alignment table, but I am measuring, we're just a little more than 37.5. You know, that's perfect because it measures exactly the same at the rear. We're lifted and level, it's perfect. Last step is the alignment. That's very, very critical. And then I'm gonna give it a road test. I'm gonna try this thing out and get it dirty. Now, if you want one of these systems, come and see us here, Tunex, South Jordan or West Valley. We do them in-house, alignments, everything. We do it all. And hey, this really turned out great and it's gonna look good. I'm Scott Huntsman. More At Your Leisure in a moment.